Alright guys, so I just come back from the local hardware store and I wanted to get stainless U-bolts, but I just didn't want to spend $8 a piece at the moment. I know I probably should have, but I got these for $1.99. These are just steel, zinc plated steel regular U-bolts. I am going to paint them, so that way there it should help make them last a little bit longer. We'll see. If they start rusting real bad, obviously I will go up there and spend the money. So what you have to do is you have to get your axle where you want it on the cart, because I'm moving mine back 3 inches because I'm putting another axle on the front side. If you weren't going to do two axles, then put it in the same spot where the old holes were and it'll be fine. But since, like I said, I'm running two, I'll move it back 3 inches. I used the axles, had the cart turned over the right way, and got it set to where the back of the tires aren't going to hit my rod holders on the sides of the cart. Figured out how much room I need from the center of my axle to where I'm going, which is 3 inches. Flip the cart over. I'm using a framing square here. Put it right dead center in your old axle marks, or if you want to use a Sharpie and mark it however you want to do it. And then, move up 3 inches, mark, and then set your framing square up and mark it out. Then you'll take your plate from your U-bolt, take your plate off, and you want to mark center of that, and then stick it center on your center line there, Sharpie, and trace out both holes. Then I have a 1/4 inch bit, however, it's dull. So I'm using a smaller bit to pilot my holes, and then using a 1/4 inch to come back and drill them to size. So bear with me while I tear stuff up. Alright, that mess is over with. For now, that's just the back axle. So now, and I got these, I don't know if I said it already. My uncle was generous enough to give me these. You can find kits, the tires and the axle kits on Amazon or other websites. I was fortunate enough to get these given to me. So, yeah, last week at the beach was kind of dragging the cooler and the, all the gear, which wasn't very much. A couple poles and a bucket of, just had a bucket. Always carry a bucket fishing. I don't know. Trying to drag it through the thick sand, it was kind of a chore. So we're going to try these out and hopefully these work better. But anyway, now you take your U-bolts. That was not that one. Might have to bend them a little bit. Shouldn't have to, but you may have to. So on that note, I'm going to take these big old channel locks. I'm going to set them up there and try not to damage the threads. Just going to try to give them a little ooga-dooga, like that. Just a little persuasion. Maybe just need just a little bit more. A little bit more ooga-dooga. Don't over ooga-dooga. Yeah, just needed that little bit more. And this guy might get a little loud. Oh, my tools out here. Needs a little bit more. Hopefully I don't tear up my threads. I might have to make me a bloopers reel. Woo! No, we didn't tear them up, so we're good. Bear with me. I might just have to make this little skip through part of the video. Now I got them too much. Man, you go one way or you go the other. Okay. You got to persuade them to get through the other holes. If you haven't noticed, I haven't done this before. So I bought these the right size, but I guess I needed to drill out a little wider than what it is. So we're having to give it a little bit of persuasion here. If I have to, we can always, waller the holes out a little bit. Try to do this without breaking my drill bit. Y'all can stop. I've never done this before. So it's a kind of a tutorial and a first time experience all in one. But learn from my mistakes, I guess. Let's see if we can get this one in. Got that one. Let's try this one. Hey, we all learned something today. Do it right the first time. So now that you got that, you got to get your tires somewhat lined up. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to measure from, well, let's see, you can't really see. Yeah, you can. Kind of. I'll get better video equipment soon. So we're going to measure from right here to this end of the axle. And it's going to be a kind of a close, so we got 1.5 inches there. And we're about 1.7/16 inches. And get your nuts and your little plate that came with the guys. Here, I'm going to get them on there. It's going to change, maybe. I don't know. I might be able to just tighten these up down here. But you want to go back and forth when you're tightening up your axles. Trying to do everything upside down and backwards. But you can't drill the holes out from the top side like I originally tried to do. Wasn't paying attention. Because the drill with the bit in it, you can't get a straight hole. So you got to do it from the bottom. Okay. Handy dandy electric ratchet here. Let's get an idea what's going on. Looks like we got plenty of clearance. Let me do a double check here from there. to there, and then from here to here, we are looking good. Make sure you got it turned the right way, and let's get after it. I had to put me a little oil in there. Like I said, these were used. They're not brand new. I'm very grateful to have them. I said all I needed was to get some new U-bolts for them. So that's what we did. Get a little bit of stuff out of my way and flip this old cart over. Make sure our clearance is good. And it looks like yeah, that looks to be fine. So now this one here's good. That one over there is just a little bit tight. I'll put some WD-40 or something in there. We'll go ahead and finish tightening these jokers up. That's about as tight as I want to get it. All right.